Well, hello everybody and welcome to Lunch Break Live, real talk about obesity, food addiction recovery, and what's really eating you. I am Carrie Dela Cruz here on a Wednesday hump day here in the U.S. and a bright and early Thursday morning to my New Zealand friends. And I'm going to welcome you all into a show today about hope. Now, as you're gathering, I will not get too far in until I start to see that you guys are here and can hear me. I see my mama front and center. And as soon as I start seeing the hearts and the thumbs up, I'll know that my camera's actually recording and you guys can actually hear me. Alrighty, and I see another friend out there. So, alrighty then. Okay, so today's show, thank you. I see some hearts going by. All right, so today's show came about as a result of something that I think I'm tapping into, both in myself and in my community of friends here. And it's something called hope, and it's a very, very potent force. And I think it's something that a lot of us struggle to maintain or recognize, accept, hold on to, or even have. And, you know, it takes the form a lot of times of, a lost hope takes the form of despair, frustration, a feeling of being trapped, a feeling like you don't have power or control. I talked about anxiety today. So hopelessness takes on a lot of forms that we may not even be aware are infecting our everyday lives. Yesterday, I was talking to my mom about the fact that I get on every day and I do this show and I think, am I doing the right thing to spend 25 minutes or so with you guys every day sharing stuff that comes from somewhere in here and up there? And I say, is it making a difference? Does it make sense? Is this a good use of my time? Sometimes I flirt with that feeling of hopelessness, like the message is never going to get out there, or maybe I shouldn't do this at all, right? And so, as usual, when I go to those moments of questioning myself and realizing that doubt is most likely the culprit getting in the way of doing good work, doing God's work, I sit down and I pray about it. And I say, all right, God, what do you want me to do? What do you want me to say? What do you want me to share? Is this the right thing to do? Am I actually helping people? Can you give me hope? And so today's show, I realized, you know, is hope lost? Is hope lost for me? Is hope lost for you? Well, no. I don't think hope is lost. Certainly not for me. I'm not giving up if you guys aren't giving up. But there are some questions, I think, first and foremost, that you might want to ask yourself to see if maybe you are struggling with hope. Maybe you have let go of the hope that you might have had. For example, if you had weight loss surgery, you had a great deal of hope in the beginning that you would never again have to worry about the disease of obesity, right? And certainly not food addiction. Maybe if you are in the process of being approved for weight loss surgery, you have a great deal of hope, and I do not want to rob you of that. I don't want to erode that or take away from that at all, because hope is the life force. We do need hope every single day, whether it's to get up, wake up every day and treat our obesity or our food addiction, or just face life, okay? So sometimes we ask ourselves, well, you know, is everything going to turn out okay? I just don't know. Am I doing the right thing? Ever ask yourself that? Do you worry that you can't do the right thing at all, even if you know what it is? Or do you worry that you don't know what the right thing is? Do you feel hopeless about coping with life without doing unhealthy and destructive things, like seeking comfort in food when it doesn't make you feel any better, or shopping to feel better because it distracts you for a time, or running away, just running away and ignoring life and saying, if I could just stay one step ahead of all of that stuff back there, then I don't have to worry about it. Hope is somewhere up there. I hope it turns out. I'm just going to keep running that way. I'm going to outrun hopelessness and despair. While some others of us feel trapped by physical conditions, physical circumstances, financial circumstances, mental circumstances. There are a lot of reasons to feel hopeless because we feel we have this tremendous despair or this feeling that we have no control over our own destiny, our own lives. And that is a great breeding ground. When we feel trapped, it's a great breeding ground for hopelessness. So do you feel hopeless? Do you worry that there is no hope? Or maybe you think there is hope, but you just can't see it. You can't find your way to it. Well, here are some thoughts that I came up with today. And it's kind of a looser day. I really don't know exactly where this show is going to go, but I'm going to be open and honest as ever and just kind of share with you what is on my heart and what's in my head. First of all, let me give you a kind of a cool definition of hope that some of you may recognize. Hope is the confident, let me try it again. Apparently I have a nasal problem. Hope is the confidence that what we want to happen will actually happen. Hope gives us assurance that even though we can't see it, we can believe in it. That sounds a lot like recovery, doesn't it? Another word for hope might be faith. We need faith to believe that what we're working so hard to achieve is real, is attainable, and is worthwhile. So here's what I was thinking about this morning. These are the things that came to me when I was on the freeway, okay? When it's raining and you're under an umbrella, does that stop the rain or does the rain keep falling around you? So in other words, we have this hope that will stay dry, but that doesn't stop all the rain from happening around us, okay? The sun, like when we're in the shade, okay, we're getting some relief. That's that little hope that is shade. The sun is still very much shining and beating down out there. So in other words, our hope doesn't mean that we stop reality from happening. We stop the hard stuff from happening, okay? What it means is we get respite, we get peace. We hope for survival sometimes. We hope for a little patch of comfort sometimes that is not going to be found in food. I was thinking about this. Words that are spoken, even if we don't hear them, they're still spoken. Or a book that is written, even if it's not read by someone, those words are still very much there. In other words, hope exists whether we recognize it or not, whether we see the shade, whether we have the umbrella. You know, when the moon is up at night, the sun is still very much there and vice versa. So even though we don't see it, hope is there. Does that kind of make a little bit of sense to you? Our job is to find the patch of shade. Our job is to put that umbrella up to protect us and guard us from, you know, getting drowned sometimes in life, okay? And believing that we'll be protected. Not believing that the reality of life or the difficulties, the things that challenge us will suddenly just magically stop because the umbrella goes up. Or that the sun will stop being hot just because we found a patch of shade. Do you understand what I'm saying? Our job is to find relief, believe, have hope, not be anxious about, not have despair that. See what I'm saying? Have the courage to fight whatever it is that needs to be fought. That belief, that little kernel of hope, all right? And I will tell you that doubt kills hope. It just does. Whenever I doubt myself, my abilities, the work that I'm doing, the viability of it, whether it makes sense, whenever I doubt, that kills hope. Does doubt kill hope in your life? Does it play a role in your life? Do you doubt that you can lose weight and keep it off? Do you doubt that you can ever hope to treat your food addiction? You know, do you have doubt that that your circumstances will ever change, your financial circumstances, your physical circumstances, your emotional, you know, your relationship? Do you have hope or not? Yeah, this is a big deal, guys. It really is the heart of recovery. It really is so meaningful and powerful to me that I wanted to find a way to convey it to you guys, because it is like oxygen. It is like breath. to every single day. That when you open your eyes, you have the hope that today will be a good day. You have the hope that you'll be able to face, that you'll be able to fight and overcome whatever it is, whatever challenges you face today, right? But I think more importantly that you will be able to find joy. To find joy, to find that little piece of shade, that patch of shade or that umbrella that covers you and protects you amid the storms, okay? So that is kind of my message for today is, and I hope that makes sense. I am not going to give up hope. I'm not going to give up hope on you guys, certainly. And I'm not going to give up hope that what I'm doing here and have done now for 58 shows, which is like over 20 hours, you guys, over 20 hours. I'm not going to give up hope that the message will get out, that the message will reach people. And I know that this is challenging because a lot of us don't really want to talk about our struggles. We don't want to broadcast it on our Facebook pages and say, hey, look at me. I'm dealing with addiction. I mean, I get it, okay? I'm dealing with recovery. I'm dealing with obesity. I had weight loss surgery. I mean, a lot of us don't want to talk about that. I get it. And guess what? That's my message. That's my entire platform. So, I'm asking you guys to share, to get the message out there by doing something that you may not really feel comfortable with. My hope is that even though you don't feel comfortable, this message will find a way to get out there so that more people can find hope and help and healing and recovery. That's what I want. So I'm going to have faith that what I'm doing makes sense, and I'll keep doing it, okay, you guys? At least for a little bit longer. We may have to look at it again in December, but for now, I'm committed to you guys for November, all right? If you talked to me yesterday, I'm not sure what I would have said, but I'm committed to you at least through November. And I'm going to look down at your comments and just see what you guys are thinking about this hope thing. And also, I'd encourage you to check into my wall if you haven't done so. I wrote about anxiety today because I realized that as I see anxiety play out in people around me, people with whom I work or people that I know, I realize, I recognize, that quality in myself. I know that I tend to be a very anxious person and very anxiety-ridden person, and sometimes I do have panic attacks, which are different than what I'm talking about here. But I realize my anxiety comes from a desire to control things. It is not fun for anybody around me when I suffocate everybody and I grab hold and I just grab so tightly and say the tighter I hold on, okay, I can't lose hope. I just have to hold on. Well, that's like the opposite of hope, really. That anxiety, that need to control. Hope is kind of like letting go and believing that everything will be okay. Hope is accepting what is, okay? It is the opposite of anxiety. And so I wrote about that today, and I know a lot of us struggle with that, and it takes on different forms. And part of the thing that keeps me on this path of recovery or choosing to let go of things, choosing to recognize when it is that I want to control every little thing, and when that anxiety wants to creep up within me, I see it in other people and I say, ooh, that doesn't look good. It is not fun to be around someone who is anxiety ridden because they have it all over you. I have it all over everybody. And it's like, they got to put on their emotional flak jackets, because they're going to take on all the emotional flak from all of my anxiety going, blah, right? Oh my God, blah. Oh, that is not fun. So I am looking at my role in recovery and the role of anxiety and how it definitely does not fit because it is the antithesis of peace. What I hope for you guys is that you will choose recovery, that you will find this peace, and that you will live free of the anxiety that you are contributing to. That's what I would say, all right? I'm not talking about the mental disorder. I'm not talking about that chemical, that panic disorder or anxiety disorder that is completely beyond our control, that we cannot fix and that we need medication for. I'm not talking about that. I am talking about the stuff that we're contributing to, where we hold on tight and we say, if I could just control it, everything will be okay. And we have tremendous anxiety about it. Nobody wants to be around that, I promise you, all right? So that's something I hope you guys will all choose. So I'm going to look and see what you wrote here, my little free-form show here before I sign off. And looks like I'm doing pretty good on time here. Let's see here. My mom is here, and Sine, I'm so glad you're here. I have missed you, my friend. I've missed seeing your sunny face. I'm so happy that you're here, and I really mean that. Kathleen, hi, glad that you're here. Let's see here. It looks like I'm seeing new faces. I'm seeing old faces back. Makes me so very, very happy. Let's see. I'm too stubborn to give up. Good for you, Kathleen. That's what I want. I want that stubbornness that says, I ain't giving up. I have worked way too hard for this, and I am not going to just let it go without a fight. You go, girl. I love that. It is a fight sometimes, and other times it's just letting go and saying, I got this. I got this. Hey, Tom. I'm so glad you're here. What an interesting show for you to join. Kind of freeform. Marlene, happy that you are here as well. Let's see here. And Diana, you wrote me a really nice PM, by the way, and I still owe you a response. I just wanted you to know that. I saw it. I saw it. I just didn't get back to you. No anxiety. Okay, no anxiety. I'm fine. I'm fine. All right. Let's see here. All right, scrolling through, seeing some faces, I love seeing you guys here live. It makes me super happy. And I know a lot of people can't be here live. I know a lot of people get to watch the on demand, and that makes me super happy. Just let me know when you're watching it on demand. I love it when you guys let me know. Go, not out of guilt, not to say, oh, I'm sorry, I couldn't make it live. Hey, life happens, I get it. But just let me know you're watching, because that lets me know, okay, the message is getting out. You guys are here. Makes sense. That's all. Not out of guilt. Hey, we are all busy, busy people. And for you guys to share as much time as you do with me, that is a major blessing. It's a gift, I promise. So, all right then. That's it. And yes, Trip, an open book makes life a lot easier. Yeah, secrets, we're only as sick as the secrets we keep. Boy, I learned that one. And you got your book. Yay, Kathleen. Awesome. Hey, if you like it, do a review on Amazon so more people can learn about it and believe that it's actually a really good book. So, all right, guys, I am scrolling through. Hope deferred makes the heart sick. Sometimes it's hard to get hope back when it's been lost, Sine says. I'm going to just say this. Yesterday, my daughter got a review that's supposed to be an annual review, and it was 2.5 years late. And better late than never. I don't know, maybe not in her book. And it wasn't what she expected, okay, because she works very, very, very hard. And, she got basically a whole bunch of satisfactory. And she didn't like that because she felt that she deserved at least some good or some atta girls, some pats on the back, some affirmation. She felt pretty hopeless about it and mad. She was mad because she felt, how dare you? I've been working so hard. Why should I even bother? Why should I even hope that you guys will acknowledge me if you're not even going to do it and the one time when you should be doing it on a review? See? So this whole subject of hope and hopelessness and figuring out what you're going to do as a result of it is very much out there. And I encouraged my daughter to, look at the part of her review that she can own that might make sense, that, areas maybe where she is satisfactory and can improve. And in other ways, to continue doing the job that she knows is a good job, whether or not it is acknowledged, knowing that we don't know what her boss's motivation was for that, and we certainly don't know that he meant to hurt her feelings either. And sometimes we go to that place and say, because you didn't tell me I was great, because you just told me I was okay, that's the same thing as telling me I'm bad. Well, no, because some people, they're like, well, hey, I didn't tell you you were bad, so what's the problem? That was my daddy. How do I look, Dad? Fine. Well, why won't you tell me I look great? Well, you don't look bad. That was my dad, right? So sometimes we put a lot of this stuff onto other people because that's where we're coming from, or that's what we wanted, and we didn't see what we wanted, and we lose hope, okay? So I guess a part of the work here is to not read too much into other people's actions, not fill in those blanks, not believe that we really know what motivated them or know where they were coming from, and also not believe that what they were doing was a bad thing. But keep doing the work that we know is good, the work of recovery and finding hope in the shade, under the umbrella, where it may be found. And sometimes we have to look a little bit harder for that patch of shade, don't we? And that's what I encouraged my daughter to do today, was to seek, peace and embrace joy. I did. I told her that. And that's what we all need to do. It's just a good message for all of us. So that's another place where her hope was lost for a while, and her heart was very much sick. But I encouraged her to reclaim it and not give it away where it wasn't. They don't deserve to have her hope. I guess that's what I would say. No one deserves to have your hope. Just show up, suit up, and do what you got to do every day. All right? That's what I would say to that. So, all right then. Let's see. I'm seeing a lot of people here that split. All righty. Yes. When I was in New Zealand, I had this fabulous black dress that I had gotten that decided it wanted to split right in my backside, and I had to walk around with this split skirt while I was there and try to look sexy. You know what? That's called God keeping me humble. So after that, my good friend Sinead gave me the nickname Splits, and I love it. So I guess I would say you guys keep humble and keep a sense of humor, because you know what? Sometimes when we get too serious, we forget to be joyful. So you guys have joy. Thanks for being here. I'm going to sign off for now, but I'm going to thank you for being here, and I really am going to ask you to please do your best to share this with others so we can get the message out. And you know what? My hope is that the work that I'm doing and the work that you guys are doing will get out and reach more and more people, so that this growing community of shrinking people will just be healthier, stronger, and more hopeful. So on that note, I'm going to remind you all to have courage, seek peace, embrace joy, and above all, have hope in your recovery. Remember, you can't stop feeding what's eating you if you don't know what's eating you. Take care, you guys. I will see you tomorrow. I promise. Bye.